Only after seeing the man call the CEO's secretary and order him to cancel the signing ceremony with the neighbor. Did everyone still refuse to believe he was the real CEO of the group? The wife accused him of deliberately causing a scene at the neighbor's birthday banquet just to get the signing ceremony cancelled, but the assistant had already begun the signing process with the neighbor. The wife imagined that after securing the group's $100 million order, she could enter high society together with the neighbor's son. Unexpectedly, the next second, the assistant received a call from the CEO's secretary, ordering him to cancel the signing ceremony with the neighbor and place the neighbor on the never-to-be-cooperated with list. Seeing this, the two younger sisters understood everything and said that the man was the group's CEO. The woman also began to doubt the man's identity, but the neighbor's son did not think so. After all, the man had always been a poor man in daily life. There was no way one phone call could cancel the signing ceremony. There was only one truth. He believed the man had deliberately caused a disturbance at the banquet, so that after making the situation bigger, he would anger the CEO's secretary, and that was why the secretary canceled their cooperation. After hearing this analysis, everyone began to accuse the man of being vicious. The woman was even more certain that the reason he did this was because he wanted her to get back together with him, but she would never again live a poor life with him. The man retorted that he had never thought about getting back together with her. He did all this only to see whether she would regret it after learning the truth. The woman still believed the man was acting. If he were really the CEO, he would not be living in the countryside. After the signing ceremony was cancelled, the neighbor blamed everything on the man and asked the assistant to punish him. The assistant, using the excuse that the man had impersonated the CEO, ordered a full industry-wide boycott of the man. Watching his wife continue to mock him, he said nothing more and instead waited for the secretary to arrive. As long as the secretary came, his identity would also be proven. The younger sister had always believed that her brother-in-law was the group's CEO and worried that her sister would regret it. She urged her sister to apologize to her brother-in-law as soon as possible, but the woman did not believe it. It was not until she heard the CEO's secretary arriving that everyone became nervous and began to suspect that the man really was the group's CEO. Just as the neighbor's family was panicking, the assistant analyzed why the secretary had arrived within 1 minute. It was because he had learned that the man had caused trouble at the signing ceremony, so the secretary came to deal with the man. After hearing this, the neighbor finally relaxed again. Then they stepped forward to welcome the secretary. The assistant asked the secretary to punish the man. Unexpectedly, the secretary slapped him hard and said that the only person to be punished here was him. At that moment, the assistant still did not realize how serious the situation was and mistakenly thought the secretary hit him because the man had ruined the signing ceremony. Little did he know, the secretary slapped him again. The neighbor, seeing this, was very confused and asked the secretary why he was hitting the assistant. As a result, the neighbor was also slapped by the secretary. The neighbor hurriedly asked about the order. The secretary said that they did indeed have strength in the village, but the partners who could cooperate with the group were all companies worth billions. Their order had been given by a major figure. Hearing this, they were delighted, not knowing that the major figure the secretary was talking about was the very man they had looked down on. After learning the man's identity, the assistant immediately knelt down and begged the man to spare him. The secretary had originally planned to blacklist the assistant, but the man saw that he had not done anything too wrong and ordered the secretary to just fire him. Right after that, the neighbor came to beg the man for cooperation. The man refused. Then he began to question his wife. "Now that you know I am a big shot, do you want to come back to my side?" The woman happily agreed, but the man was only testing her. He threw back at her the words she had once said, "From now on, we sever ties and have no further contact." After saying that, the man left with the secretary. Just as he reached the door, he remembered the gift he had prepared for the neighbor's family, so he angrily smashed the gift to pieces because he had said he would take back everything he had given the neighbor and his wife and make them regret it bitterly. Seeing this, the woman was furious. At that moment, the neighbor's son started guessing again. He said that since the man could get the secretary to help him cancel the cooperation, then the man and the secretary must have an improper relationship. If the man were really the group's CEO, then he could not possibly have lived in the countryside for years. After hearing this, the woman also thought it made sense and believed the man was the secretary's kept lover. The neighbor believed the secretary would not help the man multiple times, so they would find another chance to get revenge on the man.